Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the worst, best, worstest podcast on the planet, Mama's Boys Podcast.
Worstest?
I am Silent Mike, also known as Mike Farr, and I'm here with the host, the co-host, the man, the legend, Omar Isov, and our guest, Phoenix from American Gladiator.
Sein Widerstrom, who is also Spanish, as we found out last night, which we'll get into. Before we go on, I just want to quickly
I said I was Spanish last night?
You said a lot of things, sweetie. Before we go on, I just want to thank our sponsor, Kaizen Training, which was started by myself, Silent Mike, and Bart Kwan. Whether your goal is to build muscle, lose fat, or get stronger, we got you covered. All your training programs can be found there. Kaizen Training, that's Kizen training.com.
What if I just wanted to be like healthy and
We don't believe in
good
that. We don't believe in that. We're all about
I don't even
how
know
you
if that's a
superficially
thing.
look.
Oh, it's a thing.
I think
I'm running a business off of it.
I think as soon as you start heading down somewhere, it's so hard to balance. We all got in this for fitness and health, and then we all got too niche, and now none of us are fit or healthy.
But you know, well, speak for yourself.
I wouldn't know. I've thought about this.
Now.
I love how
Civilian.
you say civilian. You said that last night too, and I said, "Did you serve?" And you're like, "No, I used to."
It sounds
be
like a
an
military
athlete.
term, but what it is, it's like being a D1 athlete, you script conversations about yourself and the way you train in a different way, and then suddenly, a week after I graduate college, I'm just a bartender in Naperville and no longer have this identity. And so, which of course we've built a new one at this point, but we being me, not Schmiegel and Gollum. But I did a little
fucking Lord of the Rings nerd over here.
Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god. I literally bought not with the snake stuff, but when Strider has the ring on his like forefinger.
You call them you've read the books too, because they don't mention that shit.
Actually, they do say Strider in the Fellowship in the very first film.
Oh, they do.
Wow, I didn't know the nerd side of you.
Yeah.
No, you should have seen. I wore a T-shirt today. It has Yoda on it, and it says "Squat you must," and it says "The Dagobah Gym."
That's actually
and
not bad.
Galba
I've never
at
heard
the
that.
Arno goes, "What's Dagobah?" I go, "The Dagobah system." She's like, I go,
You know, the little swampland.
I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah, that's bad. You get out of this.
It was great.
D1 athlete mindset.
Yeah, civilian.
So thank you. Thank you for bringing us
I
home.
got you.
But you have to change the way you interpret your success in the gym or success in life. For me, I don't need to hit 4 hours. I don't need to squat what I used to. So I'm a civilian, worker outer.
Yeah.
I go to the little group classes and I do Pilates.
classes?
It's wonderful.
Can I
a protein shake, doing the group classes, getting the sweat on.
with the yoga mams?
I think I do it worse in front of Mikey.
It's bad. It's bad. Our
I'm a
two
little
buddies.
tired too. So
Yeah.
I will say this: I thought Mike was the fastest person I ever heard speak, but
No,
then
no, no,
I
no, no, no,
ran
no.
into
Yeah, Jen's
you,
pretty
Jen,
good.
and this is going to be the most tangential podcast we've had yet. So just flow with the conversation.
I was going to try to stay on topic
Yeah.
for a sec.
Yeah.
As I'm growing in age,
Yeah.
like fine
Maturing.
wine, I've thought about this, of what health is and what balance is. And right now I still have a lot of powerlifting goals and physique goals, but I know those can't be the same when I'm, like you just said, when I'm 50, 60, like yourself. But as and I was like, what does that even look like? Because I don't know. Is that yoga Monday, squat Tuesday, run Wednesday? Because that's how my head works, because I'm a programming guy, I'm a lifting guy.
We're not diversifying your training just for the sake of diversifying it. When I
what I
say
mean. I
live
don't know
a
what
great
it is.
life, I want to be able to get my carry-on suitcase in and out of the overhead compartment.
Yeah.
That's important for me. I want to be able to change my tire. I want to be able to. If I see somebody struggling with groceries, I can pick them all up and I can carry them to their 4th floor
I
apartment.
have fixes for all these already without being fit. What do you know about run flats?
Believe it or not.
What do you know about run flats?
I don't even know what you're talking
You know what a
about.
run flat?
no.
So it's a tire that if it punctures, you have 50 miles.
Oh, I'm like, I thought it was a training program. Didn't
my-
it sound like that?
That's
like a
what-
shoes,
that's
shoe?
what I was thinking.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
a good
our latest sponsor, Shoe Flats, Run Flats.
We're desperate,
So I
Jen,
don't even
here.
have to change tires anymore.
But I want to be in life, and I want to have a gut. I want to be able to bend over and tie my shoes. I want to still be able to have sex. I want to, you know what I mean? Like there's basic functions of health and life I want to do. I don't need to squat 315 to do it anymore.
Yeah, but I don't even know what that means in terms of how to get there.
I think you'll find it.
Of course
Right.
you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to do that. To get to different goals. Like, you don't, yeah,
But that goal is not like a concrete goal.
Right. I agree that.
So that's why it's hard for my head, I'm saying, to program.
I agree because it's just so tough. Is that we are so used to following a program to work toward an eventual
business.
goal.
All right,
I
I
don't
wanna
care
make-
if it's a marathon.
Yeah.
No.
But that would be like a marathon at 60. At least I have a goal.
Yeah.
I can program for that.
100%. No, that's how I work with business. All right, this company is making this much this year. I want it to make that much this year. That means I have to make this much to stay.
Yeah.
How do we
Yeah.
up our bottom line? How do we?
It's
blah, blah,
our
blah.
brain.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
Lead the way.
That that's interesting. You should
You're
say
still
that.
here,
I don't
Omar?
know. Oh wow, Jen first giving me shit over my coat. then
was-
you're like,
Oh my
yeah,
God, we
yeah.
had what was Xander from Triple X last night. What the
Xander.
Is that
Oh,
his
there you
real
go.
name?
I don't know.
Oh,
She
That
knows.
would-
If you're calling me Xander,
That would have been so.
That means
good.
something.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
good with names.
That's a pretty good yeah.
I think
reference.
it's Xander.
Yeah.
Xander's
Keep
not
it going.
bad. I'll stick with it. What I was gonna say is this could have been just the alcohol and you talking to me, but you said that you wanted to get coached and you needed help, you needed discipline
Yeah.
and guidance.
Yeah.
And so we're here for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I told you that last time, and you said,
whenever I need programming, I go to Mike.
and you
Yeah.
said, I would love that. And he said, but here's the thing, Mike gave me 2 weeks of programming, and it's 2 weeks of programming, but I need more than just programming. That's what you told me. That's what you said.
Yeah.
because I was sober and you weren't.
Well, it's two things.
So I remember it. We're gonna bring up all your quotes. We're gonna bring up your I'm Spanish or I'm part Spanish.
Are you Spanish?
No,
No.
definitely not. No
I'm
offense.
German, Swedish, Danish, and Polish. I don't know how.
Is that?
Did I tell you I was in Mexico a week ago?
That is not the same thing, but
Did you? Maybe I said I was in Mexico and you heard I am Spanish.
no.
No,
I
you did-
was sober.
I was working on my Spanish.
Spanish.
Oh, maybe.
And I
Are you
love how-
taking lessons?
Well, I was ordering and food and alcohol.
Yeah,
in
give us a
Tulum.
taster's treat. Just say something. Say a few Spanish lines.
Yo tengo un café con leche.
Mike, what do you think?
Bad.
Okay.
What did I say?
Well, 'cause you know a little
you said
bit.
I have a coffee and milk. I mean, it's fine.
Oh,
but-
yo quiero
yeah,
un café con
I would like.
leche.
It's still okay.
Okay.
And Nigel, we did send you off to get coffee.
Yeah.
No, I
With
Joel.
leche.
Leche. I did say tango. I have.
It's right. You're
I
German.
will have. What was the next question?
So back to needing discipline
Is
in your
this a
life.
23andMe analysis of what you are? Or
I actually did that. I did, and it was actually quite boring. I was like, "Yep, exactly what my parents said."
yeah, that's why I don't want to take it because I kind
Don't
of already
do it.
know.
Don't do it. And I heard the kind of like weird,
Conspiracy?
yes, yeah, okay.
Okay, go on.
That when they,
I'm down with
when
this.
you, okay, by giving them your DNA, they obviously give you a spectrum of your history.
Yeah.
You can also look at family history of health and other issues, but that information can be used by health insurance companies and therefore
Absolutely.
predispose you, or list you with a predisposition.
So
that's
opposed condition, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, it leads almost to
It
the
finally got
realm of eugenics, where they're talking then about they're going to keep all your information analyzed across the
Yeah, yeah.
spectrum. And then potentially, I don't even know what the legal rights are, but having your DNA, who knows what they might do when it comes to gene splicing or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
in the
yeah.
future.
Yeah,
I think you,
X-Men's real.
I think you sign.
yeah,
I think you
yeah.
sign over. So I want to do 23andMe because I want to know. I'm actually very curious, but I do not want to sign over my DNA.
I'm scared of a lot of those things. Front-facing cameras. You hear all these horror stories of that.
Yeah.
People
Oh.
can hack into it. But what I tend to do in my life when I'm scared of things, I just put it way in the back of my head and continue living.
Yeah.
Avoid the old sweep it under
Yep,
the rug.
never heard of it.
trick. Yeah, I don't know.
That's how profound. I don't
I
know.
already did it. I mean, like I can't.
Yeah.
No sweeping.
There's,
Ah,
probably,
well.
there's probably 80
This is-
gens running
I'll let
around
you know
in a
what
lab.
happens.
Well, I'll let
I'll
you
be
know what
back on the
happens.
podcast in
I'm
10
gonna,
years.
I'm just gonna say 100 years from now, you're gonna have like 3 other gens running around.
Yeah, I think you're probably
Clones.
already in a lab right now.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
you're in a lab
This
for
world
sure.
just got it better.
Yeah.
Except that one is part Spanish because they are doing gene splicing.
Yeah. And you probably have powers like 11.
What's that?
11.
Well, 11 from Stranger Things.
My nose does bleed a lot
Really?
naturally.
Really?
High blood pressure? or What?
Yeah, no, I think I got low iron. I
Oh.
take liver pills, supplements.
Oh,
We're getting sidetracked. I really want to get
go back to discipline.
I want to get back to discipline because it actually, when I walked in here today, Mike saw me and he goes, "Are you okay?" Because I was literally crying at the Arnold. And here's the difference. Oh,
Here
yeah.
goes Jen.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Not surprised.
So, and this is the best way I can explain it, but there's a sense of, listen, I look up to Mike, we are peers, and so there's a follow-through accountability that he has sent me this, he took the time to do this, I am going to do that. But there are higher levels of connection that people need. I need to know that someone cares,
Yeah.
right? And I'm not the only one, that's how humans exist. And what was happening is when I was in Sacramento, I did a push-pull meet, and all the belts were too big. I didn't pack mine. And this kid, he's definitely not 21. But like, let's say he's this really small guy, just starting powerlifting. He lent me his belt. It was great. I PR'd. It was an amazing time. Great. This kid found me at the Arnold just now.
Oh,
And he's like, "Do you remember me?" I go, "Well, hold on." I'm like, "Wait, belt," and I was all pumped. They're like, "What's up, buddy? Are you still training?" And he starts to open up. He's like, "I didn't really know who you were, and then because I gave you my belt, I wanted to find out what you were doing." And he starts to go into how he's had an eating disorder and how what I share, which I think, what could I have to offer a something teenager boy? that's starting powerlifting, that has an eating disorder, and he connected to messaging on my page, to being vulnerable, to seeking accountability from my group of fans, from being open and offering support to them. And he's like, I'm 160 pounds now. It's helped me. He's like, I wanted to make sure I told you this. And that's the accountability I'm talking about. Like, I want more than just sets and reps. I want to be a part of something bigger.
It's hard with all that. We were having a conversation with our man, Jim McD, and Jim's asking us about, the comments we get through the impact we have on the internet. And
not shit like that. Not some deep.
Well, not
no,
really, no, because we work hard on this content, whether it's this podcast or YouTube, whatever. We send it to the internet, and we don't have any clue of who, what, how it's affecting or watching people. Even a comment on Instagram, sure, it strokes my ego a little bit. Hey man, helps so much. Thanks so much for that tip. Thanks so much. You inspired me. But that's just like me reading text.
Yep.
So that's where, and I also bash expos like this because I don't like them. I don't
lot
like
of
the
things that they
anxiety, and I
represent.
don't like a lot of people in the industry.
Yeah.
But it's because of things of that nature that these are very important.
I cried all morning. There is a girl. You guys are giggling.
We're giggling like a couple of guys.
There's a girl. She's from New Jersey. Her name's Elisa. She drove 27 hours to get here just to meet me. And then they decided to have a blizzard somewhere in the East Coast, shut down I-80. She slept in her car for 12 hours. She didn't turn back. She got here. She just started crying. I'm like, well, now I'm going to start crying.
Yeah.
And to me, I agree with you, Mikey. It's a clusterfuck. It's people get greedy.
Yeah.
People are taking pictures of me when I'm not looking.
Yeah.
Us
too. Someone did that at dinner of us, and I feel violated.
It's just bizarre.
It's weird.
It's like, hey, man, come up to me and have a conversation. I had a whole password game, and people wanted one of my shape
that was a good
activewear
idea.
shirts.
I don't know if I've heard anyone say that.
Okay, so I was basically like, well, I have to give Aaron Rodgers credit, even though he's a Packer. It was a great idea. He does like the ticket,
He's no Jay Cutler.
no Cutler. Oh, blah, good riddance.
Ugh, blah.
Okay.
Spanish.
But so I was basically like, if you can tell me in the movie Commando who Matrix promised he was going to kill last.
The little guy.
Okay, and his name is?
I honestly forget.
But good, it's the little guy. Great.
Okay.
Okay. His name's Sully for anybody. And so.
Ooh, trying to one up me on the movie knowledge.
But now you know, and it's going to be really fun for you to inform someone else
It's not,
when they
I'm
ask
gonna
that
forget
question
tomorrow,
and
but
it
go
comes
on.
up. But they got to come and the anxiety people had to make eye contact with me. The password is whatever, or like my book giveaway. I was like Conan the Barbarian's the password, just to make it fun. Obviously centered around Arnold and this whole thing, but that is. We get all these virtual feedbacks and pats in the back or high fives, whatever you want to call them with the comments. But I'm, as you guys are, putting out this content and not just saying shit to say shit. We're really caring. We're putting that energy and love out, and we don't get that hug back. And today I got to feel and meet and see and share quality conversations with people that, oh my God, they're real, and I'm actually affecting them.
Yeah, it's hard to talk like that. And I try to explain it on Jim McDee's. You just did it way better than I did. I don't need to go to the expos to get my ego stroked, but I do like to go to the expos. I don't know another word other than get noticed, because it makes me feel like what I'm doing is worth
worth personal fulfillment.
It's
into the job
it is kind of twisted, but it's not because, I need to feel like a celebrity. It's because, I need to know that my tips are helping, or what I'm doing is making some kind of
impact
positive
in the world.
But
I understand what
you're
you're
a
saying.
true coach. There's
I'd
a
like
difference.
to think so.
You're a real coach.
Hear all this positivity going
but I
your
don't
way?
do as much one-on-one anymore.
Thank you so much.
Most of the stuff is online because we're traveling. We're making
Yeah,
content.
but I will tell you what though, Mike, don't you miss it?
I do. So even just watching the power, I didn't talk about this, but we were watching the powerlifting meet, and to see some of the girls and how happy they were after they hit big deadlift.
Nice.
I was.
Oh, you took my chocolate, Jen.
Sorry.
Keep your fucking Spanish and give me my
delicious,
chocolate,
though.
please.
I mean, that
Thank you
really-
very much.
I'm actually upset to have to give that back
that
to
really
you.
manly drink that you
What?
ordered. It probably says hot
you
chocolate
gave
on
it to her, bro. That's fine.
I just drank it. It's my fault.
Great, now I'm going to get superpowers.
Maybe snatch.
It doesn't
you hit a
quite
snatch
work that
PR.
way.
It doesn't work that way?
But let's keep trying. Keep going. Sorry, Mike.
Just the emotion of being in person again, because I don't have that so much. I train on my own often. I don't compete that often. And the people that I coach, I love seeing them succeed, but I'm not in person coaching them as much.
Yeah.
I was starting to tear up like, fuck, dude, this shit's real. I've shared this story as well, that my greatest lift I've ever accomplished was not by me. It was by my boy, Kolsky, who's hunting down 700 pounds for his, like literally like a life goal of his, and to even give him 1% of guidance to that, like that, I cried at that meet, like stuff like that. And we don't have that anymore because our jobs are on the internet, and I'm blessed for that because I get to set my own schedule, but it's a hard balance.
But let's talk solution. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think that we're in a point right now where we have to disrupt the system. I don't think that what we're doing in social media is enough. We're doing a damn good job, but it's not enough. And I look at the last 3 years of my life, and I've invested way more time on television thinking I can reach more this way, so it's worth it.
We had a huge talk about this 3 years ago when you picked me up from the airport.
Oh my God.
Yeah. About social media and how you wanted to boost her all up.
And it's like, but now all it's done is separated me. Now I'm one human, and that's why I think that the first step is collaborating as coaches. Yeah. That has to be a non-negotiable. Working together, knowing that like I'm one person, but you know what? My girl Hannah Eden, she's great at that. I'm gonna toss you her way and and elevate each other and really start to create this like this. I call it like this lunch table that the fitness industry is.
You can't sit with us.
No, exactly. You know what? It's that scary moment that we all go through in high school, and you have your tray in your hand. I know it's a little dated because I don't know what schools are doing now, but you go out to lunch. But for me, you go and you look, where am I going to sit, and who can I sit next to? And I think the health and fitness community is one that everyone belongs at, and for some reason, it's getting separated. It's like, we don't have room
I think
here.
it's the
How many
most
followers
niche.
do you have? Oh, no. Like, I have people that are looking at me like I'm nobody. I'm like, I'm sorry I'm not at 1 million yet, but I do some pretty cool shit with my job. Yeah. I'm like, what? When's the last time Dr. Oz had you on as an expert?
Are you going to get us on Dr. Oz or what?
Oh, God, could you imagine? he would have a party with you guys. But that's the thing. It's like, and also, it doesn't make me more important because you haven't been on.
No, but it's just what you do. Yeah.
Because people, I think, this is the argument. You and I, we don't have it, but we have, like, people deserve the right information. Yeah. And I'm not going to say the name today, but I was so disgusted. There was a Fit Pro today that was supposed to make an appearance at his booth and showed up 2 hours late. Yeah. And those people sat there and waited for that man and didn't.
Like, what the hell you got going on, dude?
Oh, Jen, I see you getting emotional again.
Yeah.
Jen, you softy. I knew that from the get-go. You have a hard exterior. You're going to give a few digs, but you're just all jello on the inside, and it's easy to see.
To poke at your resolution, my issue is this is how my head works. Is all right if my shit is helping people. Yep. The internet's a way for me to help the most people.
Yes.
I did the one-on-one coaching for 8 years straight, either one-on-one or group, and I'm like, all right, I hopefully helped, and it is a deeper connection. Yes. But I helped 50 people this week. Like, all right, well, right now I'm helping thousands. And so where's that balance?
I agree.
Virtual reality?
That girl, honey, don't think I don't have conversations with virtual reality companies and Apple now.
What's the other one? Augmented reality.
Yeah, augmented reality.
That blew my mind. Pokemon Go blows my mind.
Dude, but I'm right now in the midst of working with people and developing that content to put me in someone's family.
I thought you were going to say right now I'm in Germany. This is just
listen here, Elon Musk.
Have you recently seen Thor? Remember the brother? He's never there and he throws the rocks through the body.
Thor?
Like Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Loki?
Loki.
Yeah, Loki.
I didn't know you know.
I only studied Norse mythology for 3 years.
Look, we're not a movie nerd like you were. It's like, what's the name of the little guy at the end of Commando where he said he's going to kill him last? I'm like, man, I watched Commando. I loved it. Yeah, it's Sully.
I don't think I've ever seen.
Hey, name two other movies that actor's in. I have
0.
3.
He's in 3 other movies.
He's a known bit actor.
He's probably a bad guy that dies a lot. Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know one?
No.
Girl, I'm about embarrassed.
Is he in a James Bond?
He's in The Crow. Okay.
Oh, actually, yep.
He's in The Warriors.
I've never seen that, but I believe you.
Whoa.
What's The Warriors?
Never even heard of it.
You haven't seen The
2-1,
Warriors?
we win.
Yeah.
You're off the podcast.
I was on a podcast with 3 Canadians yesterday, just getting crushed. These 2 and then our homie Bryce, and I'm sitting here just crushing me.
Mike felt for some reason to defend America. We weren't even saying anything about America. You're like, crushing the guys.
They were crushing America left and right.
I didn't say shit. I don't think. I think it was Bryce and then Nigel. They were giving examples of different things or when they travel. That's all. It wasn't an attack. It was a different. You got to be comfortable with yourself.
Yeah, I'm proud to be an American.
I said Dreamscape. It's Dreamscape.
Never heard of that either.
The Warriors, which is should see as
How
Dennis
do you know
Quaid.
this man's catalog, but you don't know his name?
Big fan.
What's his acting
It's because I'm part Spanish and I'm a big fan of him.
What's his acting name?
What's his real actor's name?
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to that stuff. I have a memory for visual stuff. Or I don't think names are not that they're super important, but there's a lot of common names, right? So they just pass through my head.
Your hands are smaller than I thought they'd be.
Really? I think they're bigger than yours. Yeah.
Same.
Says you. Oh, look, they're not the same. You thought there'd be big. Why were you staring at my hands? How big do you think they're going to be? Ed Cohn
Because
size?
I was watching you, and I was listening to you talk about Dreamscape, and I was like, wow, his hands are smaller than I thought.
You know what it is? I got a big old palm and then smaller fingers.
That's what I do too. I have the meat in the center. Yeah.
For the hook grip. There you go.
Okay, so you don't know the man's name.
Thank you for looking at my hand, though. I
I'm
appreciate
going to
it.
digress really quickly. I'm really upset.
To some more emotional shit?
The
All right, go.
bad guy in Commando.
Does not have good physique?
Really,
I know it kills me.
It's really tough on me as a viewer of 80s movies.
Yeah.
And really loving them, seeing them as an adult.
You're talking to the wrong guy. Look at that
You
guy.
met him?
And you question, no, I haven't
What?
met him. But you question, what was he wearing? And why was he dressed
that
like
chainmail?
a gay club S&M member with leather pants in Colombia?
And you know what my answer is? Why not?
I don't know anything about 80s movies.
No, my favorite part about that is Arnold.
Let off some steam.
He's dead tired.
Dead time. And then the best part, though, he comes out of the plane like,
Underneath.
how many meters up off the tire of the plane to get out, to right? And then you see him kind of go, and then literally it's like a mannequin, like the dead fall into the marsh.
Never saw it.
Well, this is just gonna be called the Commando podcast.
So we don't
all
spend too much time.
I was gonna say about that dude, it's Arnold normally has a good foil, a good villain, which kind of either is his equal in wit or size or whatever.
Or
But in that
beyond, like Predator.
Whoever they cast in that role, the guy, he was Australian, I believe.
Yep.
He had a terrible physique and he had a whack ass getup. Like it looked like everyone else just said no to the movie and he said yep.
Or Arnold was like, I only want to be the only fit person here.
Yeah.
Because
And that's why they got Sully. Sully was like 5'2".
Big scene with he's rowing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, what's that, Jen? Can I get
Comes out of the water plane.
You got to say, Jen, more like a woof. Like that, like, woof.
His body is the best that's ever been built on the planet Earth.
Males or females?
All males. Women, I can't shoot. Women,
You can't?
it's too
Why not?
different.
Oh, too many different body types?
Yeah, we're just so diverse and awesome.
So you're all unique and guys just have one physique?
Everybody should try to be like Arnold, but ladies, you be you.
Yeah. But what if I don't want to be like Arnold?
Okay, I guess I'll be like
sounded
Arnold.
like a little bit reverse sexism, and I'm sorry.
Do it.
But
What do we
You're,
care?
you're what? You're sorry.
Sorry.
You're sorry.
But all everyone says sorry here weird except for me.
It's sorry. I'm sorry that there's an O, not an A in there.
But there's no W.
We didn't say there's a W.
Sorry, like sword.
So, I get it. Sorry.
Sorry.
What's next?
Well, top 3 sci-fi films. Now that you
Or,
released,
no, fuck that. 80s movies, top 3, bro.
But you went hard on Lord of the Rings.
All right, sorry, bro. Top 3 sci-fi. We'll do that first.
This is gonna be tricky because
And you can do trilogy or whatever.
You can't put like, you don't have to say number one.
Because Lord of the Rings, is that fantasy or sci-fi?
It's fucking fantasy for sure. Sci-fi.
I guess
could
it's
be
not.
real.
I guess
No, science fiction.
so. I put that in sci-fi, but
Okay,
yes,
so
it's
like
fantasy.
sci-fi would be like Last Starfighter. It's one of the best sci-fi movies out there.
That's a deep choice.
I don't even know if I've seen.
It's all
it.
right. Go on.
Maybe
How
it's
old
a
is that?
nostalgic component for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how old is that? I don't think I've
80s.
seen it.
80s for sure.
Yeah, see, I don't know 80s movies.
Star Wars, you have to just
Thank you.
come on.
Yep.
I think I would
Come on.
be remiss to not say that.
Yeah. Next.
I'd be remiss not to say that.
I don't want to waste my last one too quickly.
You don't want to wait for your life to be over?
I don't want to
I
wait
knew she's going to.
for my life to be over. I can't go that time. Sci-fi. I have
Fantasy
to.
too, I guess. I don't know.
I'm gonna go Alien then. Alien.
Aliens to pick over aliens.
Yeah.
in
I
my
wanted to
opinion,
get
for
you.
sure.
Oh. I like
Aliens, not
Technically,
aliens.
the original is. I get why it's thrilling and amazing, but Aliens. I think I really like Hicks, and I really liked all the
Hicks.
aliens.
You know who's my pick in aliens? Bishop.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bishop.
yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Well, he really came through at the end there.
He did. He
I-
crawled his ass through that little tube and then he got ripped apart.
Love the movie. The sneakers are Reebok, but they're so ugly, so I didn't
Oh.
pull the trigger.
Oh, the
Really?
yellow ones?
Yeah.
I don't think they're bad.
I
But
can't wear them right now.
don't you think Alien 3
did-
was great? I loved Aliens.
Did you
So-
see the director's cut?
Yes, I own it.
Oh, okay, girl. Okay.
On DVD
can you
and
just
VHS.
can you just calm down for a second?
By the
This-
way,
it
am I
is
the only one that
fantastic.
keeps my VHSs? I have every single one.
I just
Well, you are older than us, so
we're moving mom out of our house that I grew up in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
And so I just went through
That's-
everything.
Yeah.
uh,
How was that emotionally?
Me, fine. I'm cold-hearted. I'm like up there in
Yeah,
like
but,
all my schoolwork.
Are you someone that's like, boom, 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 I got to clear this corner. Oh, cool, DVDs, we don't need them, Chuck. Or
Yeah.
Are you like, do you go piece by piece and check out stuff?
So we went piece by piece because we haven't been through things since Dad passed away. So we
Yeah,
went
see.
piece by piece.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely the guy like oh, I remember that because cool, chuck it. Or like I kept 5 things. Like I kept my dad's plaque from work. It says Carmen Farr on, that like the CEO would have on his desk.
Yes.
Yeah, I kept that.
That's neat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just because
cool.
it's cool.
Yeah, I agree.
But otherwise, I'm the guy that's chucking everything.
It's interesting though,
Shocking.
it's funny. It's those moments like I was in Chicago just about a week ago and had lunch with my folks and my dad. Like my dad doesn't give me anything. Like but he threw this like jewel bag. It's our grocery store bag with this shirt in it. I go, is this like your dirty laundry? But they're going through the basement and he found his wrestling jersey.
Yeah, see, that's
That's
from
cool.
NIU.
That's cool.
Yeah.
By the way, my dad's a double X, and this wrestling jersey fits me.
Yeah, that's
I'm a
dope.
size 4'6". I'm
Shrunk
like,
a
how
little
did
bit.
you fit this? But he was a 167-pound wrestler. I
Yeah.
think, and he graduated high school in like 1967. So I have his football cotton jersey
Dope.
from high school, and now I have his NIU freshman year wrestling jersey. And that stuff
Yeah.
will call me a hoarder. I
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
it forever.
No, that's the exact other thing I kept was my dad's letter wasn't on a jacket from college and high school. So it was
Oh.
just the letter. I was like, this is pretty sick. So I snagged those.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that I agree is cool. But like VHSs, like I get it if you want to keep yours, but I'm like, I'm never going to use it. If I even watched
is
it,
cool.
it's cool. If I'm into collecting it, cool. By all means do that, but it's not my thing. Digital, if I want to watch a movie where I was going to go with Aliens because Omar always rags on me. I love Aliens versus Predators 18.
Oh, yeah,
I
AVP.
love all that bullshit.
The first AVP is surprisingly not bad.
Surprisingly good. I hate that way
Is
they
that where they
bully
go to
the
the ice?
pizza guy, but
No, it's
everything
when
else
they
is
go to
okay.
Antarctica. What's
yeah,
that?
the
Oh.
ice, I said.
Ice.
Oh, ice. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I thought you said Ice Guy. Sorry.
No, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Did you guys like Predator 2? Like you into the Danny
Oh, with
Glover?
Danny Glover?
It's all right.
And Gary Busey. I mean,
A Predator
No,
one.
let's be honest. Predator 2, I think, is underrated. The first
I'd
and
agree.
you know, actually in the Predator series, Predators. Did you guys see that? The Nimrod Intel reboot in 2011 with Adrian Brody.
Yeah.
So Adrian
I
Brody
love
didn't
that.
do a good job.
No,
I
he
love
did
that
not.
movie.
But
He
the
was the right
world
pick.
and everything,
I
the
love it.
Bushido, the Samurai Warrior,
Yeah.
all those things, the Russian guy that blows himself
I
up.
love that movie.
So then you know
Yeah.
what I wonder?
What
if
up?
we don't look at them, and then we can move off to like a more stimulating.
No,
This is the
best.
most stimulating
okay,
for
we're
me.
Okay with it? I mean, I could do this forever. I wonder if we look at them not as a series and as a connected group of movies.
So that's what I did. Yeah.
That we could enjoy them more. So I'm like, because if you look at Predator and then Predator 2, you're like, you're trading out Arnold and Carl Weathers and like Jesse the Body for I get Danny Glover and a weird Gary Busey. It's like, if you look at them as standalone films, I think they stand alone and they're actually great movies.
That's like kind of the argument I make for like quote unquote shitty trilogies or shitty extensions. Just like I still like it because it's kind of the same theme, and then it is just a different movie.
And it's also a different feel. That's what we said
100%.
about Alien, Aliens, and then Alien 3. What I do appreciate
Well,
about them,
they were different directors.
they're all yeah. There was Fincher for the third one, and then it was what do you call it, Cameron for the second,
Yep.
and then Ridley Scott for the first one. I would choose Alien as the best of all of them, but Alien 3 I think is underrated once again, and Aliens is just a good time.
I've never
What's the
seen
guy-
3.
So what's the guy's
never
name? He's
seen
in Rudy. He's the janitor in Rudy. He's one of my
Yeah.
favorite. Michael.
Yeah. Where he gives that line, it's like you hung out with the best of them. You're 5'0", 120 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he gave
He's in
that
it.
same intense performance. So in Alien 3, he's amazing. Like
he's good.
he gives basically, it sounds stupid, but there's a blessing of those people because I don't want to. I know if you guys haven't seen
They're
these movies,
condemned
No, okay.
prisoners on a abandoned planet.
an abandoned planet.
Yeah.
But he gives this blessing, and the way he says it, I mean, I listen to that, and I become a better public speaker listening to actors like that deliver.
His diction, delivery. Have you ever watched?
It's worth it. It's good. And what's crazy? Sorry, I'm interrupting you. In Aliens, there's like there's dozens, hundreds of these things.
Yeah.
But on this planet in 3, there's only one.
Yeah.
There's one,
Yeah, I haven't
and
seen
but
3.
they don't have guns. They don't have any weapons. So it's like it's weird. Like it's just one. You killed like dozens like in a second before.
Yeah.
So it's really turnaround of events.
Opposite of Predator then.
Oh,
'Cause Predator, there's the one,
Yeah.
and then a bunch of motherfuckers on the remake you said with Adrian Brody.
yeah.
There's. I think there's 3 predators.
Oh,
that
really?
are
I
on
thought
it.
there was a shit ton on
No,
that planet.
no, because they get dropped, which is
Oh,
it's
yeah,
such
they're
a
the
cool
young
concept.
kids. Yeah,
They're
they're the
a
young kids.
warrior
Yeah,
race,
yeah.
and
Right,
so they
but-
drop humans down onto their planet.
Yeah, and then no, I don't think that's
didn't see
Predators
that.
with Adrian Brody.
So
no?
that I don't think that's their
You guys
planet.
should see it.
I think it's a planet just for training.
It's
and,
for-
and
Oh,
for
becoming a
training.
man.
It's
So-
for like gaming.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think it's
Like
I think,
big game hunting, but
Yeah.
human
no,
hunting.
but I think it's to become a man. So I think they drop a group of
They
humans,
drop a predator,
and then they drop like 3
young predators.
teenage predators.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Young
so you did see
pubescent.
it. Yeah, you did.
No, that one I love.
Yeah.
I didn't
would-
see Aliens 3, but everything else I've seen.
Yeah.
That would be worthwhile if you got a
No,
little
it's-
afternoon.
it's-
But I will say, I remember in Predator 2, though, I loved, because you didn't understand this crazy guy in the forest in the jungle with like the first one.
There's no
and you see,
words
like,
in that movie.
Right. But you see like the T-Rex
Just guns.
skull and you see the skulls of these animals. You start to get an idea of there's like a culture and there's a thing to it. That's what I thought was neat.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I think, because I'm a huge, I like the Predator. Like I like Arnold, but in that movie, I'm cheering for the Predator.
That's why Alien vs. Predator was such a cool idea.
Yeah, I agree. I
Like,
agree.
But to me, it's a no-brainer. Like the
Predator all
Predator's
day.
going to win.
Yeah, who's cheering for the Alien?
Nobody.
What
It's just-
fucking
it's-
loser
to me,
out
it's
there?
Like it's an insect, but it's a drone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. But they're gross, they're dumb. Like Predators are genius.
yeah.
You ever look up H.G. Geiger, his works, or maybe it's H.R. Geiger, his works? He's the guy that did basically the paintings that heavily inspired Alien.
Oh.
Some really messed up stuff because it deals with
I'm
like
gonna put it on my
male.
phone
But he's
right
just
now.
an artist. He's just an
Oh
artist.
yeah, but
dope.
he came up basically with the alien look of the xenomorph, but he also has a lot of different art. Prometheus, which I actually didn't really enjoy.
I wasn't a huge fan either.
But they had some of that when they land on the planet and it's the face. He just has some phenomenal works
Are
of
you talking
art.
about the Silver Surfer dude?
Because it's weird. If we really dissect what a xenomorph is and what they do, they impregnate you. It's kind of like male, female. It has that thing like the mouth that comes out. It just
Yeah.
it has a lot of weird symbology.
Yep.
When it comes to
Are
sexuality
you
and
just
a lot
like a
of different
mouth
things.
wiener?
Yeah,
Tongue
well,
wiener?
it's a lot of perversity, I'd say, and I don't mean that in a negative sense, but like what are our inner subconscious things we fear or things we wrestle with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's actually,
yeah.
I'm like,
I am alien.
it wasn't that kind of noise.
No.
I just,
I'm
no,
sorry.
but I'm actually just impressed. I think it's the way we can three sit here and dissect a rep scheme or a body part or position on a deadlift or whatever. But the way their brains are creatively able to go really
It's beautiful. I
interests
love
me.
it.
So, segue, have you guys heard or been reading up at all about all like the mushroom
Like microdose?
yeah, microdosing and not just mushrooms, but other plant.
Yeah.
Like they call them journeys.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to me. It's like, okay, these are things that are from the planet. They've been used previously. Some of the greatest works of art, and I'm not saying this
Yeah.
artist was on a mushroom trip doing it. I don't want to take
some
away
of
from
them
his art.
microdosing allows you to unlock
to
communication between the
right.
left and right side of
or
the
ayahuasca
hemisphere.
opening new pathways, right? Because
Right.
when we're digging into a thought, a memory, something you're learning, it's an electrical pathway that gets deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yes.
It's just A to B, basically, right? And then so this ayahuasca opens these and expands, kind of
Right.
like Omar said. And
But
connects
it's
the
different
things.
because like ayahuasca, from what I've researched, is extremely severe.
Yeah.
There's this volatile reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard stories of people, whereas the microdosing,
Yeah, a little different.
I've been talking to a lot of different people. I don't want to say names because I don't know who wants
Yeah,
to put their names out there or not, but it kind of fascinates me. I
Yeah.
mean, I wouldn't say no to that, to unlocking my potential, so to speak.
Yeah.
Limitless.
I've thought about this the other day too,
But so
because
anyway.
I have mixed feelings on it, where like human optimization is like the cool term and thing right now, where people are doing supplements and sleep and this and keto
Yeah,
and this, and
yeah.
like that's the theme. Like, well, I'm gonna make the human better, and I'm like, well, then to me, you're telling me that my conscious or my brain or me, what if you believe in spirit or your brain, whatever you believe in, isn't good enough to just.
Yep.
Why don't you just focus on your fucking self and make yourself better?
I agree.
That's why you need to read Dune, bro.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But you know what I mean? That's why
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, they're all.
Dune, the book.
It's this-
you talk
it-
about 80s movie. Dune's like the greatest sci-fi novel in my opinion.
Okay, really?
Yeah. You like
Okay.
sci-fi? Oh no, so Star Wars ripped a few not ripped, I'd say heavily inspired, I should say. Sorry.
Well,
But,
everything is inspired from some. I mean, the
That's what
Rolling
I keep saying,
Stones
yeah.
had music that they
Muddy
were
Waters
inspired
and stuff.
from, right,
But
for,
there
you
are,
know.
I think there are some artists and creators that are more original. So if you read Frank Herbert's Dune, I don't think there's anything else like it before.
Okay.
So it takes
I will
place on
read it.
it takes place on a desert planet,
What? Because
Tatooine.
see, here's the issue. Oh,
Well,
funny.
no, it's not called, but it's basically Tatooine.
Yeah.
And you know, if you read, there's a script called The Star Wars, which is George Lucas's original treatment of the Star Wars movies, then you really see all his direct influences a lot more strongly. Hidden Fortress, which is that Akira Kurosawa, that director, it follows basically the exact same plot, but set in outer space. Just really cool stuff. Anyways, I was going to say about Dune. What's cool about Dune, when you say about unlocking your potential, there's a group of individuals called mentats, and mentats have been trained at the highest level their brain functions, or essentially because they ban in the future computers, thinking machines, AI. And so mentats are basically human computers. They're all natural, but they've been trained in such a way with their critical thinking and all those things naturally to be like computers.
My point is just that if again, with health and fitness, and then we get unhealthy and unfit because we go too extreme, if we're looking for self-improvement and your first thing is to look externally, that's so backwards to me. And I'm not saying you,
Mike,
because I know you've thought.
Mike, you're right.
Did you watch The Arnold? It's $1 billion business because they prey on the external, human. The human.
They make $1 billion at the Arnold?
Like the human condition, right? Is existing because we're disconnected. And brands out there prey on that loneliness to say you need this and we'll make you feel better.
And you'll get this money, this girl, this way.
There's a part in my book that it's funny. My book is Diet Right for Your Personality Type. It has so little to do with dieting and more lifestyle and engaging behavior and understanding your own self-awareness. And there's a section that I talk about. Adam Bornstein, actually, a mentor of mine, was kind of the one that we had the same kind of conversation around the table. And the analogy is this, it's an echoing what you're saying. So when a baby is in the room, it actually only is functioning and living with half its heart. It's because we're underwater, right? It's all fluid. So there's no O2 to blood exchange that's needed. So half the heart is not being used. And then on that moment in miracle of birth, the other side activates. It turns on, right? Because that's what happens. Like you out of the water, you're into the air, and
Body
you're moving.
adapts.
And I feel that most people are living with half their hearts. And I don't need to take away or add, and there's nothing wrong with you. We just need to get you going on all four cylinders there, or all, whatever you want to do it. And that's what we're talking about. And I think if more people invest in the person and say, you have what it takes, versus, oh, you are really struggling. You know,
you have what it takes, but you need this, that, the other on your daily regimen.
But isn't our job as influencers to create connections with people and provide tools that we believe in to assist in that process?
100%.
That's it. I see these are tools for bringing out the best in that person.
For sure. I just think more
changing.
Well, I just think more tools need to be looked at inside, because it's the same thing as like, okay, I got into lifting and now I want to break a world record. Don't teach someone how to break a world record when they're just deadlifting for a year. If you really want to improve yourself, think about how you improve yourself. Start fixing whatever traits you do like, or habits that you do like or don't like, rather than automatically going to a substance or something else to fix what you don't like about yourself.
Well, we know it's only going to be part-time. That habit's not going to sustain. People ask me, should I do keto? Should I do something? Whatever you can feel like is a livable, sustainable, very joyful thing that you can do. I say yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't even try it.
And I would say keto's not sustainable. I would say it depends on the individual.
Well, that's why I didn't. I helped support Jen and her book, and I still do, because what the point of all this is people are having different conversations. They're not talking about results, right?
Yeah.
Well, all the diets that maybe Jen recommends, are they optimal in the perfect circumstance? No. Maybe not. But if they're optimal for that person, then we have to.
Yeah, for sure.
But people don't talk that way. People say like, no, keto's the best for losing weight and for everybody.
Because they're trying to sell you something.
Of course.
That's the difference.
Of course. That's
because realize people are asking me like, what do I need to eat? Don't stop asking me these questions.
Yeah.
You know what to do. Let me teach you how to do it.
And
people don't want those answers. Like the reality is the consistency. People are like, what do we do? Like, they want the magic fairy dust. And I'm like, you're not going to like my response.
Yeah.
You're not going to like it because you got to be consistent. And this is the information. You already have it. That's why I did keto, because I wanted to live it, see the experience, see the effects of my body, and also have a personal testimony to speak for or against it.
Yeah.
I am not for it.
Yeah, I did it.
And frankly, I wasn't even fully in it. I mean, I was in 17 days. I was probably in glucogenesis instead, which for anybody listening, it's when your body actually attacks or breaks down, I shouldn't say attack, your muscle tissue and converts it to sugar. But what keto did do for me was create barriers in decision making. So I'm not in this conference call in my brain. I don't know. I really like cinnamon rolls, and they brought some for me. It is her birthday, but it's like, no, I'm not eating that right now. Decision done.
What's optimal for behavior and a human, and what's optimal scientifically proven for your physiology or anatomy are way different, and that's what people aren't talking about.
I agree.
Yeah, I actually did keto myself years ago,
Yeah,
like a regressive,
We're teenage kids.
ketogenic diet. Shout out to Christian Thibodeau. And, you know, it did work and that's fine, but it's not, you know, optimal, I think, for a lot. It depends upon the person is what I'd say.
Right.
I never believe there's one solution like, oh, just do keto or just do this or whatever. And that's what I think was really cool in the last few years about flexible dieting that came about, where you don't have to be needlessly restrictive with what you're eating if you look at the big picture.
You don't
so it's
change
almost
your
like a
habits.
min-max. Yeah, it's like, let's focus on the big habits to give you the most amount of results rather than just becoming part of kind of a cult or
Yeah,
one
but
way.
by the way, the problem with becoming a part of a cult and one-sided and driven, lots of problems with cults.
The only problem with cults,
But one I'm specifically talking about today
they only give you Kool-Aid.
is the evolution of your life is legitimate, meaning it's going to shift. What worked for me in my 20s
Right.
is going to change at 31, is going to change at 36. When I turn 36 this year, it'll change when I'm 42. It'll probably change if I decide to have a child. And so if you're not willing to evolve with your body, listen to your body, I call it body talk. Your body is smarter than you. It will always tell you what it needs and what it's not, what doesn't work. But if you're going to be, nope, this is it, that's the way.
Yeah.
You're going to be doing yourself a legitimate disservice on that side.
Yeah. So Jen, you dropped the book last year.
Oh yeah.
What else you got coming up or going on right now?
I literally feeling like I'm taking on planet Tatooine all on my own.
Whoa.
No, I'm kidding. I get nervous to talk about myself.
Yeah, that's right.
Why?
So I don't know. I'd rather just.
I don't
You've
really
been
like
on a roll here,
I have
and
a
then
lot of stuff going on. I'm excited. I think that the number one headline of my last year, yes, the book was great, you know, but this bird's eye view of helping people is not enough for me. So, if anybody wants to be a part of it, follow my social media at Jen Widerstrom on every platform. I'm building out a whole Shape Activewear tour. I'm going across the country. I'm
trying
stopping.
to get in the face.
I'm getting in people in the face, just like Eddie said.
Yeah.
And I'm finally starting a lot of interactive programming online. It's not going to be like, hey, try my fit programs. It's going to be a total university of people in your living room. A lot of big projects coming out. I'm working with a ton of different sponsorships, creating great activations just to be in people's lives more.
Cool. So back on the ground.
Back on the ground. And I promised I would start my podcast this year. So
Oh.
it's called Widerstrong. I have a name.
oh, so you got the
I
name
saved
first.
the Twitter and Facebook.
What if someone?
names.
Oh, you already saved
I'll
it.
save.
So
yeah.
this
No, but
episode,
Widerstrong. Yeah.
this episode might not be out for about 4 or 5 weeks,
4 or
Don't
5
worry.
years,
and your podcast
but-
better be up.
Oh God, that's a good deadline for me.
Yeah.
yeah, but like I'm doing series instead of like releasing regularly. Like so, the first series will be all the people that impacted my life. So I've got like my 7th grade science teacher.
Cool.
I'm interviewing Mr. Reschke, my college track coach, a few of the people in the mix.
That's really
some
cool
are
idea.
people that you would never like. Again, you don't know Mr. Reschke, and somebody might be like,
Yeah, he's dope.
you know, I don't know, Barack Obama. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna see if he wants to do it. We'll see.
We'll see. Barack Obama.
I've heard he's pretty busy.
Last question for you.
Yes.
What do you prefer? Pancakes or crepes?
Oh, crepes for sure.
Yeah, Jen, it's been great having
yeah,
you
it's
on.
time
You
to
can just
leave.
leave right
Yeah,
now.
it's time to leave.
We said fuck
This is-
crepes
this
on
is
this
a pancake.
podcast, and that's the line we
Really?
draw.
Yeah.
I knew. I
What-
thought it
There's
was.
so
I thought
much
it.
you can do with crepes.
Why can't you do it with a pancake?
No.
It's just a thicker, better
I
version.
know, but the
I wasn't
pancakes
sure-
gonna bend, and the real answer I have for you, I don't have a ton of real estate,
Oh, okay.
and the pancakes, the food ends too quickly. Crepes, I can do more.
What about Dwayne Johnson? He's into pancakes?
Yeah, come on.
Well, then we have one more thing to fight about now.
Oh, fair.
I wasn't sure what the tension was about.
I got
but
one
now
more friend I
understand.
just lost. Damn it.
By Mr. Rock, Miss
Bye.
Pebble.
And frankly, I am I'm more of a waffle than a pancake girl too.
So-
Yeah, but
Because
that's
I
not
melt-
part of the
I melt powder,
conversation.
Put the powdered sugar in. It's a little pasty.
I agree. We go waffle or fucking whatever over everything, but
Yeah.
crepes are literally just a thin, shitty pancake.
Okay.
I understand
be wrong.
that you see a lot of yourselves in these crepes, guys.
Yeah,
And
in the pancake.
to
With the
feel,
flat
boys.
to feel thin, transparent, maybe even
Exposed.
soft,
Tasteless.
weak,
Yeah.
perhaps even tasteless.
Yeah.
I understand why you have this personal, almost visceral disdain for something that's never done anything to you, but represents you.
I was
completely.
wondering where the tension was coming from, and now I figured it.
No, that's what
Go
it
get
is.
yourself a
You
pancake.
guys are crepes, and you hate yourselves.
Yeah. I thought it was sexual tension, but it's just crepe tension.
It's too soon to tell.
Yeah.
Food in the bedroom, guys, never a good idea.
No,
and,
I mean,
and that's my last piece of advice.
Yeah, I meant between myself and Mike because we have high. Sorry, no offense.
Right.
Yeah,
But guys,
high
food
section.
in the bedroom, I'm telling you again, it's
No.
just never a good
All right.
idea.
Tips from Jen Widerstrom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies
Close
and
us up, buddy.
gentlemen, appreciate you for listening. Be sure to check out Jen, a good friend of mine, on the road again, which I'm excited to hear because she's done a lot of TV things, and that's cool and dandy. But Jen has bigger issues to solve in this world. So excited. Check out whatever the hell she's got going on. She'll be
Ton
in
of
a
events
city
this year,
near
yep.
you. Please subscribe, give us a rating review. If you're into some merchandise and you want to support the podcast as best you can, check out mamasboyspodcast.com.
And our Patreon, which is now set up.
Hopefully.
It is.
And
By
we
the time this
will.
comes out, it is. Thank you so much, Jen, for being on.
Yep. Every
Loved it.
Tuesday and Friday, new episode. Patreon if you want to support us. Mom's Boys Podcast if you want to support us. Check out Jen on all her social media streams. We're out of here.
Woo!
Bye.